Good morning, Raj. Yes, good morning, students. Okay, welcome back, students. So today is our third day of this chapter. We were doing this chapter in the Kingdom of Fruits. So today I'll try to complete it. So I hope everyone is there now. Okay, students. So let's start the session for today without wasting our time. So today we will try to complete the chapter as we have doing Good Morning Wisdom as we were doing in the Kingdom of Fools. So we reached till the merchant is that the rich merchant is actually um, in problem now. Now he will be punished for what his father has done. Okay, so if you have the book, you take up page number 23. So we will start the remaining part. So repeat. I will not repeat the things again. If you have not understood, you can see the previous video where I have explained the chapter properly. And if you have any doubt, you can write in the comment section. Okay. Okay. So let's start for today. So now the rich merchant, he is in problem. Now at last, after a long journey, after blaming each and every people, now at last the first one, the same owner of the house is in problem. Actually, his father has done all those things, and his father is already died. And now the king has decided that in place of father, someone should be given the punishment for this. So in place of father, the son will be given the punishment, as the son has inherited everything from his father. So now what happened next? Okay, let's start the chapter. You can take out page number 23. Okay, from page number 23. And he ordered a new stake to be made ready for the execution. As the servants sharpened the stake and got it ready for the final impaling of the criminal, it occurred to the minister that the rich merchant was somehow too thin to be properly executed on the stake. He appealed to the king's common sense. The king too worried about it. And now a new stake was ordered. Okay, stake is actually a pointed wooden post to pierce something. Okay, so a new stake is made. Now there will be, like, you can say, bali dena, that punishment will be given to the person. So now a new stake, very new stake was made ready for this execution, for this punishment to be given to the merchant. And the servants, they were making the stake very pointed one. They were sharpening the stake. So that the final impaling will of the criminal, they have got it ready for the final impaling. Now the criminal will be bought, and then he will be punished for the crime. So now, okay, good morning, Krishi. Yes, I can see everyone present here. So now what happened, as the final impaling of the punishment has already been started. So now suddenly what happened to the minister, they found that there is something missing. They found that the merchant was somehow very thin to be properly executed on that stake. So he was very thin. The minister, they thought that this person is too thin to execute on the stake. And then the king's common men also, they also agreed with the ministers, and even the king agreed with the minister. Now the king was very much worried, the merchant or someone else, so it should be given. So now what they will do now? Okay. So what shall we do? He said, when suddenly it struck him that all they needed to do was to find a man fat enough to fit the stake. The servants were immediately sent all over the town looking for a man who could fit the stake, and their eyes fell on the disciple who had fattened himself for months on bananas and rice and wheat and ghee. And now the king is very much worried that to whom they will punish. Good morning, everyone. Please write your name in on the bracket. Okay. Okay, it's Mirban. Okay. Good morning, Mirban. So please write the name because I will not know who is actually wishing me good morning and all. So just write the name in the bracket. Okay. Okay. So now, as the final impaling of the execution is already started, and suddenly the minister were confused and they were worried that this person, this rich merchant, he was too thin to be executed in the stake. And then suddenly something struck in the mind of the king. And then suddenly the king the king said, uh, okay, then let's find a fat man who will be fit in this stake, enough to fit in the stake. So let's find a fat man. So now the king ordered the servants just to go immediately all over the town looking for a fat person who will be fit in the stake. Now here see how foolish a king is, yeah. Actually, there was no crime has been done here. No crime has been done, but still punishment will be given because the brother of the thief needed justice. And to give the justice, at last they have found the man. That is the merchant. They have found that okay, he is that they have found the culprit. As they found the culprit, suddenly they thought that he was too thin to be executed in the stake. And now they are going to search a fat man. Of course, who will be a very innocent person who is not at all responsible for those all incidents. So they are going to find a fat man now. So now the king ordered the servants to just go here, just go on, just look for a man just all over the town who would be fit in this stake, and then the punishment will be given to that fat man who will be just an innocent man. And then the servant just they were looking here and there, and suddenly their eyes fell on a fat person, that disciple who has actually made who has fattened himself by having lots of food because he was enjoying the food, enjoying the very less cost food, is not it? So he was enjoying a lot. So now uh, he has become so fat. Then suddenly the servants saw, okay, this fat person will be fit for the stake. And then when their eyes fell on the disciple, and they thought that they will take the disciple with him to the for the execution on that stake. Now this person is actually a very innocent person. He has nothing to do with all this incident. But now let's see what happened next. Okay. So I think understood everyone this part. So I will start the other one. Okay. Okay. Now, if you have any doubts, you just reply it. Okay. So that I will repeat the things again and again. Okay. Okay, so now, what have I done wrong? I am innocent. I am a sannyasi. He cried. So now this person, this disciple, he doesn't know why these people has caught him, where they are taking him. So he said, that what I have done wrong? I have done nothing. I am innocent person. I am a sannyasi. And then he just cried many times. Okay. That may be true, but it's the royal decree that we should find a man fat enough to fit the stake. So now, as he was crying, he was shouting that he was innocent. The disciple, he was shouting he was innocent. He is a sannyasi, but still no one listened to him. And then the servant who were taking him to the court, they said that yes, that's true that you are innocent, but still, what we can do? It's the royal decree, the order of the king. It's the order of the king. It's the royal decree. The royal decree means the order of the king, that they have to find a man, fat man, who will be fit on the stake, and then they carried him to the place of execution where the execution will be done. They have taken this fat man, the disciple, to the execution, and when they were taking him to the execution, he suddenly remembered. Okay, he remembered his wise guru's words. This is a city of fools. You don't know what they will do next. While he was waiting for that, he prayed to his guru in his heart, asking him to hear his cry wherever he was. The guru saw everything in a vision. He had magic powers. He could see far and he could see the future as he could see the present and the past. He arrived at once to save his disciple, who had got himself into such a scrape through love of food. So now, as the fat man, as the disciple was being taken to the execution into the place of execution, he realized why his guru had told him, what his guru has told him. Then he realized that why was actually trying to make him understand everything. Yeah. So he just remembered his Guru's words and all those words, what he has said, that this is the city of fools, and one will not know even what will happen next, what they will decide next. So one will, of course, not know. So and then he was taken to the place of execution, and he was just waiting for his death. Now he was very much afraid that what will happen next. There was no one who can save him there. So he prayed to his guru. He suddenly closed his eyes and he prayed to his guru in his heart, asking him to hear his cry wherever he was. As the guru, he saw everything. He can see the future. He has some magic power. The guru has some magic power, and whenever the disciple pray with his full heart, the guru hear the voice. He can see the vision. Okay, not understood, Kushi. Which part you have not understood? Actually, okay, I will just go it up. Um, so we were from here, like now, as we know that the merchant, the rich merchant, was in problem. Now he will be given punishment, and not for the thing what he have done, but for the thing what his father has done, the deeds that his father has done, and for that he will be given punishment. And the king, he told that though his the merchant has inherited all the things from his father, the property, so the bad deeds also he has inherited, the sin also. So in place of his father, now the merchant will be given the punishment. Okay, so the merchant, as they have already decided that now they will be given punishment, they have made the stake, a new stake, where he will be given where the execution will be done. So the servants, they were making the stake, they were sharpening the stake. Okay, so as they were sharpening the stake, suddenly the minister thought that this merchant was very thin. He will not fit on that stake. Means here they will be given like bali will be given. Okay, we say no in Hindi, bali dena. So now that stake was very like not perfect for this man, for this merchant. So suddenly they thought that they need a very fat man who will be fit in the stake. Actually, as we know, they are the fools, so of course they will think in such a way only. They only need a person, though the person has done any crime or not. Though, a person might be innocent, they don't have anything with that. With that, they only need a person who will be fit on that stake, and then the execution can be given. So the king, he ordered his servant that just to go and just look over a person, just to go over the town and look for a person who will be fit in this stake, a fat person. They need a fat person. And suddenly, according to the order of the king, the servant, they just went around to look for a fat man, and suddenly they saw their eyes fell on that disciple. The disciple, you remember the disciple, yeah, guru and disciple. So that disciple who has fattened himself by having lots of ghee, bananas, wheat, rice, and all, because he was enjoying his time, yeah, He was enjoying his moment there as for him it was very good moment that everything he was getting in a very less price, and his guru has already told him that he will be in trouble someday, but he has not listened to his guru's words as he want to enjoy the food because he was a foodie person. Okay, so now as the guru already the guru, now they are searching a person who will sit on that stake, and suddenly they saw the disciple, and as they were taking him to the place of the execution, he just cried out, he was shouted that what I have done nothing, I'm an innocent person, I'm a sannyasi. And then the servant they told, yeah, it's true, you are a sannyasi, you are an innocent person, but we cannot help you because it's a order of the king that we should find a fat man who will be fit in that state, and that's why we are carrying you, we are taking you to the place of execution. And then he realized that why his guru was every time he was telling him not to stay here, just to go away from this place, but he has not listened to his guru's words. And then he realized that he has done a great mistake. Okay, so now what happened? He remembered his guru's words, yeah. And while he was waiting for that, there he just prayed to his guru, and his guru has some magic powers that he can see in his vision whenever his disciple call him. You can see the future and all. So as he was just praying to Guru, he saw everything. The Guru has some powers. He can see present, he can see past, he can see future. So he can see many things. So he saw everything in the vision. He heard that his disciple is actually in problem. Is calling him. So understood, Rishi? Okay, so he arrived at once to save his disciple, who had got himself into such a scrape for love of food. Now the Guru, as he here heard the voice of his disciple, he just arrived at the place at once to save his disciple, as he has got himself in a big problem now because he loves food, because of only food, because loving food, because he was getting food in less price, so he just brought him in it just brought him in a big problem. Okay, so as soon as he arrived, he scolded the disciple and told him something in a whisper. And as soon as the guru arrived in the place of execution, he scolded the disciple. He scolded, and suddenly he talked to him in a whisper. In his ear he just told something, no one can hear it, only the disciple has heard something. Then he went to the king and addressed him. And then, after whispering in the ear of the king, whispering in the ear of the disciple, the guru, he went to the king and he addressed him saying, "O wisest of kings, who is greater, the guru or the disciple?" And addressing him as the wisest of kings, he said, "Please tell me, who is greater, the guru or the disciple?" And then he replied, "Of course, the Guru, no doubt about it. Why do you ask?" And then the king was a little bit surprised that why he's actually asking this question. And then the king replied, "Yes, of course, it's the Guru. Guru is the greater, no doubt. There is no doubt. And why are you asking me all this question?" And then the Guru he said, "Then put me to the stake first. Put my disciple to death after me." And then the Guru he said, "Okay, if you think that the Guru is the greater one, then please put me to the stake first. And then put my disciple to death after me." That means put me to death first. I want to die first. And then you put my disciple after me. You can kill him after me. So here we can say as the Guru is a clever person. He is clever saying. So now he has made some plan already. He has plan in his mind. So according to that, they are doing their works that just to save themselves. Then what happens? Okay, let's go to the next page. Okay. So okay. When the disciple heard this, he understood and began to clamor. "Me first! You brought me here first, put me to death first, not him. So now, when the disciple heard all those things, all the conversation between, okay, so when the disciple he heard all those things, he understood everything, and then he started to shout, "No, no, me first! I want to die first!" And then he said, "Then you brought me first here. Then why you will put Guru on the stake? You take me first." So he started to shout because he has understood all the tricks of the Guru. He has understood all what the Guru actually wants to do here. So he was shouting, "No, no, I want to die first." The Guru and the disciple now got into a fight about who should go first. The king was puzzled by this behavior. He asked the Guru, "Why do you want to die?" "We chose him because we needed a fat man for the stake." And then the Guru and the disciple they started fighting with each other that who will go first. The Guru he said that no, I want to die first. The disciple he said that so they are fighting for that who will die first. They want to no one wants to give another a chance to die first. So as they were fighting with each other, the king was puzzled by this behavior. The king was very much surprised that why people they want to die. What is the reason behind that? He asked the Guru, and then he asked the Guru, "Why do you want to die?" Because no one actually, no wise person wants to die. Okay, so why? What is the reason behind that? That you want to die first? "We chose him because we needed a fat man for the stake." And then he said, "We chose him, we have chosen this man because we needed a fat man for the stake, and that's why we have brought him here so that we can give him the punishment." "You shouldn't ask me such question. Put me to death first," replied the Guru. And the Guru replied to the king, "You should not actually ask such question to me because you are the king. You should not ask. Just put me to death first." The Guru he replied in such a way. "Why? There is some mystery here. As a wise man, you must make me understand." Now, the king, as he was puzzled, he could not understand what the Guru and the disciple were doing, why they want to die. So he asked him why, that there is some mystery, there is some mystery here. And then he asked the Guru that as you are a wise person, wise man, you should make me understand that why you want to die first. What is the reason behind that? Then what the Guru replied, "Will you promise to put me to death if I will tell you?" asked the Guru. And the Guru he agreed, "Okay, I will tell you the reason why we want to die first. But before that, he said, okay, he just take a promise from the king that, okay, will you promise to put me to death if I will tell you?" He just take a promise from the king that, okay, I will tell you the reason. I will tell you why I want to die first. But you should promise me that after hearing it, after knowing the reason, you should actually put me to death first. The king gave him his solemn word. The king, okay, very seriously, the king said, "Okay, it's okay. I promise you, and I give the word that you will be the first one to die." Okay, so the Guru took him aside out of the servant's earshot and whispered to him. So the Guru he took him aside so that other servants would not hear it, and then he just whispered to him, "Do you know why we want to die right now, the two of us?" And then the Guru he said it, "Okay, do you know why we actually want to die first? We're actually fighting to die first." "Okay, then I will tell you why we want to die first. We had been all over the world, but we have never found a city like this or a king like you. That state is a state of the God of justice. It's new. It has never had a criminal on it. Whoever dies on it first will be reborn as the king of this country, and whoever goes next will be the future minister of this country. We are sick of our assistance. So now keep your word, my lord, and put us to death. Me first, remember. So now, as as the guru, he has made all the plan properly, he has executed the plan very properly, and then now he just want to make the king realize about what. So he said that, okay, I will tell you. He just took him aside from the servant so that others cannot hear it, and then he said that, actually, we have been just roaming, we have been just roaming through the world. We were just preaching the world. We were just doing our work for God only. We are sannyasi, like we don't have any other dreams. We just do what God actually has given us. So, what is the God order for us? So he said that as they have been all over the world, but they have never found city like this and the king like him. So as the king like him. So now as they have prepared a stake to kill someone, to put someone to death, and this stake is a very holy stake. It has no criminal before. No one has actually been died on this stake. It is a very pure stake. It is a and God has actually God is this is the justice of God. And then he said that, and actually as this is the pure stake, so the one who will die first here will be the king of the country, and whoever goes next to die there, he will be the minister of the country. And that is the reason why we want to die first, because we are actually fed up of this ascetic life, no? Being a guru and disciple only, just preaching the whole world. We are actually fed up of our life. We want to lead here now. We want to be the king and minister. We want to enjoy the life of king and minister now for some time. So as I know that whoever will go and die first in this pure state, he will be the king, and the second one will be the minister. So that's why, that is the reason, my lord. And just now, as I have already told you the reason, so put me to death first. Okay, remember? So the guru he has actually whatever the plan he has made, he has informed it that why he want to. He has told everything to the king that why he want to die first. Now, of course, what will happen next? The king will be little bit afraid of it, that if other that he do not want to leave the kingship and all is not. So let's read it out first. What happened after that? The king was now thrown into deep thought. He didn't want to lose the kingdom to someone else in the next round of life. He needed time. So he ordered the execution postponed to the next day and talked in secret with the minister. So now the king was now he has actually gone in a deep thought. Now he is confused that what to do, because he do not want to lose the kingdom. He do not want to lose his kingship. He want to be the king. Even maybe in the next in the next round of his life also, he do not want to lose his kingdom. He want to reborn as king. So as already the same the guru, he has told that if who will die first there, he will be the king, and the second one will be the minister. So he just called his he told that, okay, I needed time to think about it. So he postponed the execution for another day, and then he called his minister and talked to them in a secret, told everything what the guru has told. And then um, he said that it's not right for us to give our over the kingdom to others in the next life. Let's go on the stake ourselves, and we will be reborn as king and minister again. And then, as he postponed the execution, and then he talked with his minister in the secret that whoever will die first, there he will be the king, and whoever will. And the minister also told him that, okay, yeah, that's right. It will be not right for us to give our kingdom to others in the next life. In the next life also, we should get the chance to become the king and the minister of this kingdom. So then suddenly it stuck in their mind that actually we should go to the stake first, and we should die, and then again we will be reborn as king and minister in the kingdom. So they thought. So you can see how foolish this king and minister are, isn't it? So the guru's idea worked now. Actually, the guru wants the same thing. So to save his disciple, he has made all the plan. So understood everyone up to here? Is there any problem in understanding those explanation? You just reply it and then other part we will do. Today we will complete the chapter so that I can give you the question answers of this chapter. Question answer I will make another video of it and send it. Okay, Vinay, is there any problem or you have understood? Your reply, any problem in understanding the explanation? Understood everyone? Okay. And others? Understood everyone? Just reply it understood or not. And then okay, so let's continue the other part, okay? Okay, so after that, now first, okay? So now what happened next? So he told the executioners, we will send the criminals tonight. When the first man comes to you, put him to death first, then do the same to the second man. Those are my orders. Don't make any mistake. So now, the he told the executioner, the one who will execute the whole things. Yeah, he told them that okay, we will send the criminal tonight. Tonight we will send you the criminal, and when the first man comes to you, you just put him to death first, then do the same to the second man. Those are my orders. Don't make any mistakes. So he said that okay, these are my orders. You should not make any mistake there. As the first one will come, you just take him to the stake and put him to death first, and when the second will come, you do the same for the second man. Okay, clear? So the executioners are okay when the king has ordered, they have to do what the king has said. So then, that night, the king and his minister went secretly to the prison, released the guru and the disciple, disguised themselves as the two, and as arranged beforehand, with loyal servants, were taken to the stake and promptly executed. Okay, that night, what happened? That night, the king and his ministers went secretly to the prison, as they have actually kept the guru and the disciple were in the prison. So they went to the prison secretly, and then they disguised themselves. They wore the dress of the guru and the disciple, and they disguised themselves like guru and the disciple. And then, as they have as they have actually made the plan of going to the execution first and second. So similarly, they have done the same thing. And then they told the loyal servant that what to do. And the loyal servant are, of course, the servant they really obey the orders of the king. Okay, so accordingly, as the loyal servant, what was ordered to them, they have done the same. So they were taken to the stake and promptly executed. And the king and the minister were taken to the stake as they have disguised themselves like guru and the disciples. So they did not understood what was the servant. They did not knew about it. Minister, as they were very selfish, so they do not want to lose their as they did not want to lose their king to die and take a next to reborn as king and minister. So they were just put to death. And they were put to death. So now the king and the minister are dead. So clear everyone up to here. So the last section I will continue it, or is there any problem? If you have understood, say yes. If not, say no. Understood everyone? No reply? Even it says here. Others not understand Raj. Okay, plan. Yeah, the Guru as the Guru has said, Guru just went to when he just went to the in the place of execution. He told the king that he want to die because they have brought him there first. So in that fighting, the king became little bit confused that why they want to die first. And when he became confused, he asked the Guru that what is the reason behind that you want to. I will tell you everything. That why I want to die first, but you have to promise me after hearing the reason, you will put me to death first. And then the king also promised him he give his words to the has put to death in this state. And this is a holy state. And and this is a holy state. God has given it is the justice of God that who will die first in this state, he will be the he will reborn as the again they will take next janam. You can say punar janam. Okay, so they will be they were fighting. So he told the that actually it is not like that. They have just made a plan to save themselves. Yeah. So he told the king that if I will die first, I will I will be the king of this kingdom in my next birth. When I will again reborn, I will be the king, and the second one will be the minister. And he said that he is actually he just make him believe that they want to die, make him believe in saying that they are fed up of this ascetic life. He made a plan. He told to the king, and of course the king will and of course the king will so of course the king will believe it, and then he just the king he postponed the execution. He said that okay, tomorrow he took his ministers secretly and they started talking uh, about this what the guru has said. And then the king told the guru to and whoever will die second he will be the minister. And the minister they were also worried. They also do not want to lose the kingdom in the next phase of life. They want to be the king and minister. Why should we give the opportunity to other people? So let's go first and um, just let's go first and die there. Okay, so let's go first and die and reborn as king and minister. So in this way they plan, and they also told the executioner who are ready to put these people to death. They told them that we will send two people there. So who will come first? You put him to death first, and the second one similarly, the second one to death in the second phase, in the second time. So, as they were very loyal to their orders of the king, so they just obeyed the order of the king. So, after that, they went to the prison. They disguised themselves. They changed the clothes. They became like the guru and the disciple, and went they went to the place of the execution. The servant took them. Okay, clear everyone? Okay, after this, I will just read it out. When the bodies and they died, the king and the minister were executed. They were put to death and they died. So after that, what happened? When the bodies were taken down to be thrown to crows and vultures, the people panicked. They saw before them the dead bodies of the king and the minister. The city was in confusion. So now, after the execution was done, the bodies were taken to be thrown to the crows and the vultures. And when suddenly the people saw that these bodies were of king and the minister, they panicked. They started shouting there. What happened? Because there should be guru and the disciple. How this king and minister came, and the city was in confusion. They do not know what had happened. So all night they mourned and discussed the future of the kingdom. So all night they mourned for the king and the minister, and they discussed that what will happen, what the future, what will be, who will be the future king of the kingdom, what will happen to the kingdom, who will rule the kingdom, and all. They were just discussing with each other. So some people, so as they were having the discussion, some people suddenly thought of the guru and the disciple and caught up with them as they were preparing to leave town unnoticed. So some people, they suddenly thought of the guru and the disciple, and they suddenly remembered about the guru and the disciple, and they caught them as this guru and disciple. They were just going away from the kingdom, just secretly. They were just they were preparing to leave the town secretly. But suddenly someone saw him and caught them and caught them, and they told what they told. We people need a king and a minister, said someone. So someone who has caught them, he said that we people, the king, the people of this kingdom, they want a king and a minister. Others agreed. No. Okay. Others agreed. They begged the guru and the disciple to be their king and the minister. It didn't take many arguments to persuade the disciple, but it took longer to persuade the guru. So now, so they decided, the people of the kingdom, they decided that this king and the disciple will be perfect for to become a king and the minister. So everyone of them, they just agreed with it. Some of them, they decided that let's make the guru and the disciple king and minister, and many of them, they agreed with them. And when they were just going from the town secretly, just going away from the leaving the town, they just caught him and they told him in front of the guru and the disciple. So everyone begged the guru and the disciple. Actually, it did not take so many arguments to persuade the disciple. The disciple at once, he is ready to be the minister of the kingdom. But it took longer time to persuade the guru. The guru, he did not agree very soon. It took long time because the guru, he thinks a lot. He thinks about the future. He thinks many things, and he is a wise person. So he thought and thought. People, they just begged him a lot, and at last, only after a long time, they actually agreed. The guru agreed. They finally agreed to rule the kingdom of the foolish king and the silly minister. And then at last, they finally, after a long discussion, the king and the guru finally agreed that they will rule the kingdom of this foolish king and the silly minister, on the condition that they could change all the old laws. But they have a condition. And what was the condition? On the condition, the guru, he said that we have a condition. We are ready to rule this kingdom as a king and minister, but we have some condition. And then what was the condition? He kept it. He kept there. The condition he kept. From then on, night would again be night and day would again be day. And you could do not, you could get nothing for a dibdo. It became like any other place. And then the guru, he said that, okay, I will just be the king of this uh, kingdom, but I have some condition, and you have to follow those conditions. You have to obey this condition, and then if you obey it, then we will actually rule this kingdom. And what was the condition? That he said that I will change all the old laws, what the laws that was made by the previous king and the minister. I will change all the old laws, and then night will again be night, and they will again be day. That people will work at day and people will take rest, sleep at night, and nothing will be uh, would could get on for a single dudu. Like for every whatever items you buy, you get for a dudu. But now you will not get anything for a dudu. There will be different prices for different products for different things. And then only when the other people, they agreed with the new law, and then the guru and disciple, they decided to rule the kingdom. And then this kingdom became like other kingdoms. So in this way, we have completed our story in the kingdom of fools. I hope you have understood. Just give a reply if you have understood. If you have any confusion here, just give a reply right down in the comment section, and then we will end our class for today. Understood, everyone? Yes or no? If you have understood, say yes. If no, say no. Okay. Okay. Okay, so everyone, Vinay, Divraj, Mirban, Khushi, yeah, everyone is saying yes. That means you have understood the chapter. You read it thoroughly, it will be very easy for you. Okay, so we will end the session here. And for the question answer, there will be another video and you will get it. Maybe tomorrow I will give you the question answer of this chapter. Okay, students? Okay, students. Bye. Stay healthy.